Hi everyone, I'm in front of the camera today because I'm going to end up starting this video in the middle. I did highlighting on some of it with my chalk, but the camera is not picking it up. So I'm not going to put it in a video if it doesn't look good. And it looks great in person, but the camera's just not getting it. So I'm skipping ahead to where I'm using the Cuttlebug and the Tim Holtz wood grain embossing folder with the color core card stock. Got it. So this stuff is great. You don't have to use it for embossing. You can just wrinkle it up and as much as you want or as little as you want, and then take sandpaper across that and give it a real good distressed look. It comes in all kinds of great colors. So here's the video. If you have any questions, let me know. And it's Friday night, so have a great weekend. Thanks. Bye. Okay, I'm going to show you the color core cardstock from Brazil and how great it is with embossing. And I get this at Memories on 5th Street in Coralville. So here's the wood embossing folder from Tim Holtz that I use on this page. So Cuttlebug A and B plate, and trying to work from behind the camera. So let's run that through. Get that out of the way. And then you can see how it's there. And I'm going to zoom in. Oh, you can see the texture real good there. And I'm going to take my sand block. Mine's from Making Memories, so anybody, or a file, whatever you have around the house, a piece of regular sandpaper. I have that here, hanging here too. And I just sanded the heck out of it. And then I just cut it up. I probably should have had it the other way. I'm kind of liking that side better. Oh well. I just keep sanding it. I'm going to grab my regular. Here's my regular sandpaper. It's really a lot rougher. So, there we go. That's really getting it. So, some spots I do it heavier, some spots I do it lighter. Ouch. So, and then all I did was tear it towards you. And I just tore it all the way across. And then I tore the other side. And this isn't really the way you should be doing it, but I want to control the width on this a lot better. Sorry, I was out of the camera, so that's why I'm doing it this way. I want to control it way more so it's only about that wide. And then I tore it. Then tore it towards me again, and then just kind of, and then I kind of picked at it a little bit till I got it looking the way I wanted. But that would be perfect for a tree stump. Look what I got! Sugar and spice. I went and bought this today. I'm so excited to use it. My daughter's working up the street, and she kept texting me, bring it up here, but I was trying to finish this page so I could take this up there and show her. So down on the bottom you'll see the branches, and I'll show you the cartridges I used. So I used the branches. You can see the different types of branches I used. And I used Storybook on the branches, and I used L on page 39. I used this branch, and then I also used the border branch. I used J, and I used H. So I just did those in different heights, lengths, whatever you want to call it. And then I used Sweet Treats on the flowers, and I used the flower on page 51, and I used the flower on page 53, because I just love those flowers. They're, you know, it's kind of like a scallop flower. And I just used a variety of buttons. On the Hello Kitty cartridge, I used it for the sun. And the sun on page 36 on that little guy. Now all the ribbon is from Hobby Lobby. This ribbon, I love this ribbon. It's a sheer through the middle, and then it's got the flower on the edges. I just love that. I bought these two specifically for this page. And this one here is kind of pulled tight. I used core color cardstock, the brown with the purple background. And that's what I did. I took it and I put it in my Tim Holtz wood embossing folder, and I embossed it, and I ripped it and sanded it for logs or tree stumps. And that's what I also did here on the flower. I cut the flower out, and then I sanded the edges and wrinkled it up. This ribbon here is just from Hobby Lobby. And then the buttons, I just got them from here and there and everywhere. And then I did the 2 scallops. I did that in 2-inch, 2.5 inch, 2 1/4, and then I did the middle and the 2.5. And this ribbon, I just took 3 different ribbons and folded it up. And the first page I always do in a name, and I think it turned out great. She liked it when I took it up to show her. And, you know, because in 20 years, somebody, you know, could open this book and say, oh, it's Cammie's, and know right away whose it is, instead of thumbing through it and going, now, who is this supposed to be for? So, I'm going to have a lot of fun. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't show you this. Here's the paper I used for the name and the sun. This was just a single paper I got at Hobby Lobby. I really like that paper. It's not as bright as the others on the flowers in that, but I might add some stuff to that, the name and the sun, to brighten it up. And then I also sprayed it with my Marshmallow Glimmer Mist. And so, but here in the next week I'll make several pages with the sugar and spice and share those with you. And if you have any questions, just give me a holler. Thanks, bye.